Hi, my name is Regina Keenan. I'm also known as Lady Lioness. I am a part of It Matters How You Play Summit with Dr. Sylvia Cole. I am so excited to be a part of this event today. I am going to come talk to you today about how to overcome procrastination. Yes, that's that word we all know about being a procrastinator. They are people that are celebrities, people that everyday people. Everybody tends to procrastinate at least once in their lifetime. And I know I have done it several times. I'm like, Lord, please deliver me from my procrastination. I know it's a fear. It's just a fear. And we have to tell ourselves that. It's something that we're supposed to do that we have a fear of doing. And once we recognize that, I truly, truly believe that we can overcome being a procrastinator. You have to deal with it because if you don't, it's going to continue to be a part of your life. It's going to continue to stop you from doing things that you know you need to do, things that can elevate you and take you to the next level in your life. So once you recognize it, then it's going to be easier to deal with. And I'm going to talk to you about 4 tips on overcoming procrastination. And that was the first one, dealing with the fear. We tend to forget that word a lot of times. We put it in the back of our head. We know it's something that scares us. But God said, I did not give you the spirit of fear. Okay, so if God told us He didn't give us the spirit of fear, why do we fear things? Why do we let fear come into our lives? We don't know. And until we get to the root of it, until we deal with that fear, hey, you may need to ask God to deliver you from it. That's what I do. That's how I get over it, because I know it creeps up on me. And it creeps up on me because when it's something big that I want to do, I get scared because I am guilty of having the fear of being successful. And I know I'm not the only one. It's a lot of people out here that have that fear. Fear of succeeding. Why do we fear of succeeding about anything when God said that He will give us the desires of our heart? So when we know that our Father said this and He meant it, why do we let procrastination take place in our lives? Why do we let fear take place in our lives? You know why? Because we all are live in our flesh, right? And that's what God said. You live in your flesh. So of course, even though we said, I have the faith of a mustard seed, God said, just have the faith of a mustard seed. So if you have faith and you believe, then why do you have fear? Because we're human. Because we're fleshly beings. That's why. So don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up if you are a procrastinator. Just try and deal with it. Try to deal with the issue. Get to the root of it. The way you do it, start your day out with a plan. The night before you go to bed, plan out your next day. Create a to-do list. And that's my next, number 2. Make a to-do list. List everything that it is that you have to do the next day. And when you do the first one, check it off. When you get to that second one and you do it, check it off. If you get to one that's just big and you're like, okay, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. There go fear. It's creeping up on you again, and it's going to make you procrastinate. So you have to deal with it. You have to get to a point in your life, and I had to do it because I'm human. I had to get to a point in my life where I said, okay, God, I need you to help me. I need you to help me to deal with this fear. I need you to help me deal with procrastination, because procrastinating is not going to get you anywhere. because it's not going to get you to where it is that you want to go. Because we have goals and we have dreams, aspirations, because God gave all of us an assignment, right? But if you let fear and procrastination continue to stay in your life, you're not going to be able to complete that assignment that God gave you. So deal with the situation, assess the situation so you know it's procrastination and you know it's just something that you fear doing because, one, you know you can do it. That's why you have fear, because you know you can do it. You know you can succeed at doing it. There is nothing that you cannot do. Nothing. God said that. Just call on Him. When you feel like procrastinating, just stop and think. Take a deep breath. Sometimes you meditate. Meditating helps. Trust me, I know. Because sometimes I do it. I was in this class once and the lady said, take 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Don't think about anything. Just close your eyes and meditate for 5 minutes. And then the next day or the next 2 days, do it for 10 minutes. I promise you, if you do it, it's going to help you. So when you feel that procrastination and that fear creeping up on you, just take them 5 minutes to meditate. Don't think about it. Just think about nothing. It's like taking a deep breath. You take a deep breath, and then you go into that meditation for 5 minutes. And I promise you, it works. I do it because I don't like to fear anything. I don't like to procrastinate about things. I like to get things done at a timely fashion. And I don't always, because I'm a procrastinator, right? I said that in the beginning. Yes, we are. I don't think it's a person on the face of this earth that can honestly say that they've never procrastinated. It's not possible. Even if it's something small, we all do it. So don't feel bad. Do not beat yourself up. I've been in so many programs and on so many training calls, and the presenter says, what is stopping you from reaching your goal? Everybody starts typing. I procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator. Okay. Now you know it. Now what's the next step? Deal with it. Make a list, a to-do list every day. Every single day. And if you don't complete that goal, start with 5 things to do in a day. Move on up to 10 things to do a day. Once you complete that 5, reward yourself. Reward yourself. And that's going to be the end. I'm a little ahead of myself, but that's okay. But when you complete those tasks on that to-do list every day, it's okay to reward yourself at the end of the day. It's okay to reward yourself at the end of the week, because you completed a task that you had fear of doing, that you didn't think you could do. Because sometimes we think too much. And when you think too much, that tends to have your brain just going all over the place. That also can cause you to procrastinate. That can cause you to fear what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So do not overthink. And I'm such an overthinker. I did this yesterday. I was sitting there and my friend was texting me. He was like, what you doing? I'm like, thinking. He said, stop thinking so much because you always overthinking. And I do. And when I do it, sometimes that's when fear creeps in, because I'm thinking about what I want to do in life. I'm thinking about the things I want to accomplish in life. I'm thinking about the goals that I've set for myself that I don't believe I can attain, because I know if I attain those goals, that I'm really going to make it. I am really going to be successful. So here comes fear coming through that door. And then I procrastinate. I put it down and I don't do it until later. Sometimes I will say it has, I'll honestly say, and I like being transparent, so I will honestly say sometimes I have procrastinated for a whole month. I have. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's someone out there listening to me right now that's going to say, I procrastinated for a month. You know what? I procrastinated for a year. You know how I know? Because we have some people, we all have, not take it back, we all have a book in us, right? And we all say, hey, I want to write a book. 5 years pass. I'm going to write a book. 10 years pass. Well, I wanted to write a book, but wow, that was 10 years ago. Well, I won't do it. You know what they say about where the richest people are in the world? They're in the cemetery. You know why? Because they took those books with them when they died, because they didn't write them when they knew they wanted to. They did not write that book because they had fear of, and I'm going to say this from experience, they had fear of what people were going to say. They had fear that people were not going to buy them. They had fear that people were going to look at them and think something, crazy. I wanted to write a book, and I went to one of the elders at my church, and I said, I want to write a book, but he said, you scared of what people are going to say? I said, yes, sir. You know what he told me? He said, then start from the end and work your way to the beginning. I was like, really? That fear left, and I wrote that book. And that book was about domestic violence, because I'm a domestic violence survivor. And I say that with a smile now, because I know how God put us through things, because we are here to bless somebody else with our testimonies. Yes. And I pray that me talking to you about being a procrastinator, you can look at a person on the outside and not know what's going on the inside. You don't know. That person could be scared, but smiling on the outside, like they have everything in the world that they want. That fear is boiling up inside of them, and they are procrastinating about what it is that they want to do. Whether they want to write a book, whether they want to become a singer. We all do it, right? We do. The next one is break your projects down. Don't do them all at one time. You can do them in segments. You can do them, say for instance, you say, hey, I want to go to the grocery store. It's COVID-19. I don't want to go in there when there's a lot of people in there because I don't want to catch COVID. Prime example, I have a friend that lives in Brooklyn. He likes to go to the grocery store late at night or early in the morning because he had COVID before when it first came out. And he says, well, I'm scared I'm going to get it again. He literally has let COVID-19 completely take over his mind. That's fear. The devil puts fear in your head. It don't come from God, because God said, I will not give you the spirit of fear. It's in the Bible, right? So, little things like that will stop you from doing what it is that you need to do. Like going to the grocery store whenever you want to go. You don't have to put a time limit on when you go to grocery shopping unless it works around your job, your schedule. Not just because fear of catching COVID or fear of somebody breathing on you, Stop. You can overcome this thing. I did. Sometimes I do have a tendency to go back, but I don't do it for long. I don't. And trust me, everyone that is listening to me today, you can overcome fear because you can overcome procrastination. The first one was deal with it. Deal with fear. Recognize it. Call it out. What does God say? Call out that spirit. When you feel like there's a spirit facing you, you got to give it a name. What is that name? Fear. Procrastination. So when you know it's procrastination, you know how to deal with it. If you got to speak out in the air, procrastination. God did not give me the spirit of fear, and I will not procrastinate anymore. I will not let you overcome me and the successes that God has for me. Okay? It sounds easy. I know. It's not easy. But if you stand firm on God's word, you can overcome being a procrastinator. I can tell you all the little tips and tricks and whatever it is that will help you get over it. But the number one way to get over procrastination is prayer. Prayer. I'm just going to be honest. You just got to pray. You got to pray, call it out. Deal with it face to face. And sit down and write everything that you have procrastinated about. Everything that you have put on the back burner that you didn't want to do because you were afraid. So you let procrastination come in and ruin you. It just took over your life. Because those things that you wanted to do 10 years ago, you didn't do them because you let fear keep you from doing it. No more. No more. After today, procrastination is over. Put it under your feet and stomp right now. Stomp your foot and say, I will no longer be a procrastinator. I am delivered from procrastination. I'll tell you, I have sat in church and said, Lord, please deliver me from procrastination because I have it bad. I don't now, but I used to have it bad. And I felt bad because I thought I was the only one until I was on those calls. I was in those trainings. And that was the first thing people said. I'm a procrastinator. And I'm sitting there like, guilty. You know, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be. So, eliminate those distractions. That is number 4. You have to narrow it down. If you know your friends coming over and you hanging out and drinking and watching football game, whatever, that is, and you know, let me say this first, and you know it's something that you're supposed to do, you're procrastinating. That's a distraction. Move those distractions. Tell your friends, hey, I have goals and I have dreams. And I have a dream to be successful, to be a millionaire, or whatever it is that you want to do, or to write a book. Or instead of watching them play football or basketball, if you had a dream to be a basketball player or a football player, go for it. Go for it. Who said that you can't? Fear. And fear is also a direction. Yes, one of my coaches told me that. I was like, what? You know why it's a direction? Because fear directs you in the path that it wants you to go. And where does it want you to go? Nowhere. Fear doesn't want you to go anywhere. It wants you to sit in a shell and be scared all of your life. Because it's happy. Because fear comes from the devil. The direction is down. And that's what procrastinating and fear brings you. It brings you down, and it can take you into a form of depression. Been there. Wrote a book. Yes. But I'm telling you guys, you don't have to procrastinate anymore. Just sit down. Analyze your life. Write down your goals and dreams. Write down the things that you wanted to do when you were in school. Write down the things that you wanted to do as a child. And say, wait a minute. I can do this. You know why you can do this? Because you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. It's in the Word, guys. It's in the Word. I hope this has blessed someone. And remember, fear, procrastination, put it under your feet and step on it. Say, you don't live here anymore. Take your mind and your body and your soul back. Okay? I love you guys. Be blessed. I hope this has blessed somebody. I pray that you will let fear go and the distraction out the door. Open your windows, open your doors, escort it out. Say, this is it. This is the last day. Guys, my name is Regina Keenan, Lady Lioness. I am an author, an entrepreneur. I am a fashion designer and a motivational speaker. And the list goes on and on. Guys, you can look me up and see everything that I do. My social media handle is Regina Keenan, Lady Lioness. You can also look me up on LinkedIn under Regina Keenan, Lady Lioness 3. Yes. You can email me. My email address is missreginakeenan@gmail.com. Thank you so much, guys. Be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day, your year. Do not let COVID take control of your life. That's fear. Don't give it. Don't give fear the satisfaction. God bless you.